What's up again, guys? Brian here at 3TR, and I got another video topics for you guys. And this time I'll be doing my fourth and final video talking about Batman Arkham Origins. Now, I've already done an unboxing video for the collection edition. I've already done a game review for it. And I even went into depth as talking about why I felt that this game's storyline, in my opinion, was the overall weakest. And now I would simply like to talk about the future of the Arkham games, which apparently has been cited to me by a good friend of mine that there's a possibility that we might even get another Arkham game this time next year. And the one thing that I stated in my story thoughts review is that the one thing I do not want to do is I do not want them to bring in Joker. And I would simply like to just give a couple of reasons why I think bringing Joker back for a fourth time would be a stupid idea. Now, I'd just like to start off by stating that these are just my personal opinions. You may feel completely different, and I absolutely respect if you have a different opinion or different reasons why you think they should bring back Joker. But for starters, the reason why they shouldn't bring back Joker is simply the fact that A, he's dead. As far as we know, Joker is dead. And I do not want them to make an Arkham game to go into the past, because, you know, Arkham Origins is really as far back as you could go. And I don't want them to take place after Arkham Origins and before Arkham Asylum, because as far as we know, this is just a decent trilogy of Batman games, and they've all dealt with Joker. I think it's time we move on to something new. By going back and bringing back Joker, that tells me that the writers are so scared to try anything new that they feel like they can't have a good Batman story for a Batman Arkham game without Joker. I'm telling you guys right now that my top 3 favorite Batman storylines of all time have absolutely nothing to do with the Joker. He is not mentioned, he is not even spoken to, you don't even hear a little hint of him. The closest he ever gets being in my favorite list is in Serious House on Serious Earth, Arkham Asylum. And that is just, this is my 4th favorite novel storyline involving a Joker. My top 3 have nothing to do with him, so it is possible. And I think that by leaving Joker out and having him stated, in my opinion, I think this is going to open the door for a lot of other villains. And going into the next game, which I really hope it takes place after Arkham City, we already have 2 storylines which I believe, if given enough time and written well, could actually hold a game on their own. As we all know, there was a little hint of Hush at probably during one of the side stories in Arkham City, and now he has the face of Bruce Wayne. There are so many things that you could actually do with a storyline like that, and as equally interesting, there was also a story involving Azrael, where he even told Batman about a prophecy about something bad that was going to happen to him. So just those 2 thoughts alone sound like they could make really great storylines, and have nothing to do with Joker. Now, I know some people, a friend of mine actually pointed me to a video where they went into depth saying why Joker is not really dead and how he was able to stop his heart and how he's just faking. It's like, no, look, just leave Joker dead. If Joker had really done something like that, it just kind of ruins the whole purpose of that game. Because what we were supposed to get from that is that we have now seen the end of the Batman and Joker relationship. And we've even got a small glimpse of what happened to Batman afterwards. We have Arkham Origins, where we see the beginning of Batman and Joker's relationship. We have Arkham Asylum, which basically kind of shows really on what type of playing field they're all at. And then we see Arkham City, where we see how it ends. It's fine. I'd like 3 focal story points, a trilogy of the Batman and Joker storyline. I think it's time we move on to other things. And in my personal opinion, by having Joker dead, I think not only opens the door for other villains to step up, but this would actually increase their motivation. It would be the equivalent of, like, say, hypothetically speaking, let's say Joker kills Batman, okay? So Batman's dead. Here's how I would figure out, this is what I think would immediately happen. I think all of Batman's main allies, like maybe the Robins, maybe a couple of his allies aside from people in the Justice League, would all come together, they would maybe sit down, and I think the first thing that they would all say is that, okay guys, we really need to step up our game now, because if Joker could actually take out someone like Batman, then none of us are any good. So it would actually encourage them to be better. Like, if Batman's on this level and we're all down here, then we need to elevate ourselves above that level. So if Joker was here and all the other villains are down here, then I think that would just encourage them to get better, become more deadlier, become more fierce. We would see completely different sides, or even see them push their limits of what they're capable of doing to heights that we've never even experienced. I mean, could you imagine someone like Bane or Poison Ivy or, I don't know, Scarecrow? They'd be upping their antics and just pushing it and doing things that they never would have done while Joker was around. Now, I know that some of them weren't really Joker's friends, but, you know, it's just the fact that when you lose your head quarterback, and like, you know, if we're talking in football references, someone has to step up to maybe not exactly fill their place, but at least take the mantle and be like, okay, who's going to be the head guy to go up against Batman? Because even when Joker's dead, someone has to take the challenge. Because Batman needs an equal, or we need someone to really push Batman. And although Joker in overall presence will never be matched, that doesn't mean someone can't outdo him in some sense. I mean, let's be honest. Joker could never challenge Batman in the way that someone like, say, Ra's al Ghul or Bane could. So, in notion, those guys can actually challenge him in ways that Joker can't. And that doesn't exactly make them better, but that definitely makes them a worthy enough challenge to keep Batman on his toes. And that's just a quick video. That's just a couple of quick thoughts as for why I don't think Joker should be in the next Arkham game. Let's just start over fresh. I mean, maybe not start over fresh. We can still build off the storyline and the Batman that we've had at the end of Arkham City. Maybe we can see the after effects. Let's see, maybe he's going to lose it at some point. Because as we all saw in the Harley's Revenge DLC, he was a lot more aggressive. And he actually reminded me a lot more of how he was in Arkham Origins, as in he was, you know, he was green, so he was far more aggressive, and he didn't have quite as control over his anger as he did in Arkham Asylum, and we saw that in Harley's Revenge. So maybe we could actually see him cross the line. Maybe he accidentally kills somebody, and like his other allies, like Robin, Dick Grayson, Nightwing, maybe they realize that, you know, I think Batman is starting to lose control and we need to step in. Kind of like the whole thing with, like, if Superman, you know, crosses the line, Batman is there to step in and, you know, take him down. Maybe that would be interesting. A storyline where Batman loses his shit and his allies have to come in and stop him. I think that would be a pretty crazy, interesting storyline, but I don't think they would ever do that for a game. And that's really all I would like to say, dealing with why I don't think Joker should be in the next Arkham game, if they do make one, which, you know, hasn't been officially confirmed. But I really would like to know your guys' thoughts. Do you guys agree that Joker should not be in the next Arkham game, or do you think otherwise? And if so, please tell me in the comments down below. I would really like to know your reasons. And if you like this video, feel free to like, comment down below, and please subscribe. Check for me my future movie, video game reviews, and topic videos like this one. And you can also press one of the links in the description down below to follow me on Twitter or friend me on Facebook, and I will be sure to follow you and friend you back. And like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I'll see you next time.